Hey guys, welcome to Bouncing Thoughts, where we have everyday conversations with everyday people. My co-host for today is Juan, one of my best friends, and we're gonna talk about what it's like to be a flight attendant. So, what made you become a flight attendant?
So there was a great opportunities during the COVID. A lot of people were quitting during the resignation era. That's why everybody quit their own job. There was a lot of opportunities for flight attendant positions, and also I enjoy traveling for personal and military use. I travel a lot.
It went right in line with him because he was definitely a traveler before he became a flight attendant. Now thinking about it, were there flights at the beginning of COVID?
Oh, for the airline I work for now, yes, there were limited flights, but there were still flights. I was surprised.
When people don't give a F, okay?
And
But
some of those flights were empty, I heard. There were like few people. But still.
5 people in it. Well, yeah, everybody was concerned for their life, but somebody's misery, somebody else's fortune. And Juan locked that out. But you joined at the end of COVID, right?
It was like during the end of COVID, I joined.
I didn't even realize it was called the resignation era, but it makes complete sense because everyone did quit their jobs.
Everybody.
I think that's where everybody really decided that their 9 to 5 didn't really matter that much. I'm glad it happened. What else? Oh, how does training work to become a flight attendant?
So training typically is from 4 to 6 weeks. My training was 4 weeks here in Florida, so I didn't have to travel anywhere for training. And also, for most of the airlines, training is not paid.
Important to know if you want to become a flight attendant. I think that, you get the great benefits because you do get to travel. I mean, there are pros and cons, but you get to travel, but that training's unpaid, so keep that in mind.
Keep some savings,
4 weeks without pay, it adds up.
4 weeks plus 2
more
weeks.
And if you get some of those airlines where it's more than 4 weeks, just... And I have a few friends that are flight attendants, and they work for different airlines, and the story is sort of the same, so it doesn't really matter which airline it's for. So yeah. What about the scheduling? How does that work?
Scheduling. So right now my schedule, I'm on reserve. Basically, reserve is when they need you, they'll call you. When someone calls out, they'll call you. Basically, I'll fill a position when someone calls out. So you never know what's your schedule like.
So is it an equivalent of being on call? Like what doctors call on call, or like, is it cops?
No, it's like on call, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. But you still have like a time frame, right? It's not 24 hours.
No. It's like 9-hour shifts.
Okay. So 9 hours, sit there and figure out if they're going to call you. But it does change, right? After what?
It changes. It depends after a year. It depends.
So it's like a seniority thing?
Seniority thing, yeah.
Okay.
After a few months or over a year, you can start getting what we call your own line. Basically, it's like your own schedule. They give you a schedule and you can manipulate, drop
like
trips.
You have more control versus them having control?
Yes, because right now I don't have control over anything and it's hard to plan stuff.
It's hard to have a life. But we appreciate Juan. We definitely miss Juan being around. You are not around as much as before.
No.
Well, you do travel a lot, so you get to see a lot of places. But how does like traveling work? Like, is it enjoyable after a few months?
At the beginning, it was enjoyable because it's your first time traveling to different states or even outside of the country.
And walking while the airplane is moving? Let me stop.
It's enjoyable.
Okay. But does it get like tiring?
It does get tiring flying. Like if you fly 3 legs in a day, 3 flights, you're exhausted.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to.
And then you're jumping in time zones, right?
Yes, that's the hardest part. Adjusting your time.
Your body.
Time zones. Yeah, like going from Philadelphia to LA. Oof.
Is that your worst time zone, LA?
That is, yes.
Okay.
No, we also have Honolulu, Hawaii, which is oof.
Get ready. For those of you who don't travel, it's called jet lag, and it sucks. Okay, it sucks majorly. I sleep it off, but as a flight attendant, do you get the chance to sleep it off?
You sleep it off after work. in your layover if
Yeah.
you have a long layover.
So unless you one of those strong people that don't give a f about sleep, just be prepared to be sleeping when you get to that city. What else? Oh, have you ever faced a situation where someone like gets really sick on the plane and you guys have to either, I don't know, do something or maybe emergency land? Ooh, that's a good question for afterwards. Yeah.
So basically, last week we had an emergency situation. There was a boy who had a seizure during the flight, and it was common for him to have seizures. He has a history of seizures. So the guardian, brother, or family member who was with him helped him during the seizure. We didn't even know about the seizure until the end. A passenger told us that, hey, something's going on, and we found out he had a seizure.
They probably had no idea it was a seizure. Like they probably thought something weird was going on in the back, and they were like, yo, something weird going down back there.
No, it was weird, but the family member took control of it. But still, they should have called us because having a seizure is no joke. Because it depends. It affects your brain.
Yeah.
The more you in a seizure, the more it affects your brain.
Yeah.
The recovery time.
Do you think that you probably know? He's also in the medical field, so okay. Do you think that having a seizure in a plane because of the pressure affects you like extra?
Yes. And it affects you more, and then the recovery time will be more because of the elevation.
I never even thought about that. The fact that it like it probably enhances or like multiplies.
And also it can affect your sugar levels. Yeah, there's a lot.
The more you know.
There's a lot.
What is the like most unique thing that you've learned being a flight attendant?
The most unique thing.
Like that. Like I had no idea it could raise your sugar levels.
I learned.
Or something that you just like, I would have never known that.
Everybody can get sick. You can get sick for anything in the plane.
Mm-hmm. And then any emergency like landings.
I haven't had any emergency landings.
And let's keep it that way.
Keep it that way. It's no fun.
What about the blizzards? How does that work?
During Christmas, during our Christmas, 25, 26, during that time, a couple of weeks ago, we had that huge cold front here in Florida that it was like super cold.
Uncommon.
and then we had the blizzard, the storm over there, the snowstorm.
Yeah, and where was it? Albany.
It was up north.
Was it Albany?
North. It was close to Canada, all those states up north.
Yeah, it was really bad. A bunch of people died.
It was bad in Buffalo.
But even though it's up there, it still affects the flights here.
Yes, it did a lot. So,
which you don't think about it. You're like, oh, the north is having a blizzard. Poor them. No, it F's us up too.
No,
okay?
in fact, there was a bunch of cancellation, delays, and everybody got stranded in the airport. Even flight attendants got stranded in those places. So we barely have flight attendants.
Ooh, have you ever been stranded somewhere because like a flight got canceled?
Yes, during Hurricane, I think it's Hurricane Ian.
I think Ian was
during
the
summer.
Yeah.
I got stuck in Philadelphia for 37 hours. It's no fun.
When you got no plan of being there, 37 hours adds up. Okay. What about accompanying minors? I don't know if you guys know this, but if you have a kid and you wanna send them somewhere and maybe visit their family, their dad, whatever, and you can't go with them, you can what's the right word? Yeah, you can request a service to have a flight attendant, basically a company. Yeah. Your child. How does that work?
Oh, the accompanying minor. So basically, the parent had to buy the child.
Is it extra?
Yeah. They have to buy a ticket for
and they does the kid just show up at the gate, or do you have to pick him up somewhere?
No, the parent has to take them all the way to the gate.
Okay.
But the parent doesn't have to buy a ticket. They just have to get like a special permission.
You don't really have the minor until you're at the gate.
Oh, exactly.
Okay. That's why you safer than I
until
thought.
The plane, not even at the gate, on the plane.
Oh, they go in and sit the kid?
The gate agents, takes the kid inside.
The more you know. I did not know that. Does it get hard traveling, like not being home? Like, does it get in the way I imagine it would get in the way of like doctor's appointments, family events, etc., etc.
It does. Because it's unexpected. Like right now, I don't know my schedule. They can call me anytime. I can even have something right now as we speak.
And be like,
for tomorrow morning.
Go.
It's hard to plan around, and then when friends wanna, invite you places, you like, I'll let you know a day before. So it's hard.
I wish I knew. I do miss it. Juan was definitely one of my go-to like planning stuff to do with. So you being a flight attendant has affected that, but we love and appreciate you anyway. What about the shifts? Like, do you know how people either work like 7 to 3 or mid shift or overnight? Is that how it works for flight attendants?
Basically, every month you bid for what kind of reserve time
like
you
once
want
a month?
to. Yeah, once a month. So basically, there's 3 reserve time slots. So reserve A is from midnight to 10 a.m. Reserve B is from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then Reserve C is from 2 p.m. to midnight.
Interesting. Do you like any in specific? Like, do you think one's better than the other?
I like Reserve A because
you're out early.
Sometimes you do a turn, which is one and done. You go one and done, and then you'll be back home before.
But you probably have to get there super early.
Yeah, sometimes you have to wake up at 2 a.m. to get ready and stuff.
So how much earlier do you have to be on the plane before people?
You have to be 50 minutes before, because you have 5 minutes to check everything on your section of the plane, and then 45 minutes for boarding.
Ooh, that's interesting. So is it like the front half of the plane versus the back half?
So each flight attendant has different compliance areas, as they call it.
Okay. Interesting. All these are new to me. He's a flight attendant. I see him all the time. I swear to God. What about? Actually, I think we covered all of these. Oh, what do you think are the biggest cons of being a flight attendant?
Being a flight attendant is fun. You'll enjoy it, flying for free, meeting new people,
Yeah.
partying. But it can be mentally exhausting most of the time. I know I've been in the flight attendant aviation industry for almost 9 months, 9.5, you can say.
Yeah.
And it's mentally exhausting. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And I imagine your body doesn't really catch a rest because of the constant time zone shift change. The randomness of like, I don't really know if I'm gonna work today or not work today.
Exactly.
Yeah. It does get better with time, so I think you're close to getting your...
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Yeah, we'll see. We never know where life takes Juan. That's actually one of the things I admire most about you. I mean, I don't think I struggle as much anymore, but I used to have a really hard time with change. And I feel like you easily adapt to change.
No.
So being a flight attendant would be definitely way harder for me. Not that it's something I'm not interested in. I actually really I like the traveling part of it. But can you use your phone during the flight?
No.
Oh, okay.
You cannot really use your phone, but some flight attendants, they pull it out a little.
Do you get like Wi-Fi in the super long flights or no?
So where I work for, we don't do like super long flights.
Okay.
So no. And plus we don't get free Wi-Fi.
That's BS, okay? Minimum free Wi-Fi for your employees. Come on. What about the biggest pro you think would be traveling and then like just visiting new places? Ooh, what's a place that you've been to with work that you would have never gone to without work?
A place I've been, I'll say Guatemala. I will never go to Guatemala. That never came across my mind.
Did you get to like visit a little bit or no?
No, it was just the airport.
What about the airport?
No, so the thing is, we stay in the plane, so you'll see around outside and stuff.
Oh, I remember something you told me that stood out to me. You don't get paid by like hour, right? You get paid by flight.
So basically you get paid once the boarding closes. So you don't get paid for boarding, those 45 minutes. You don't get paid for if we get a delay. You get paid once the door closes.
I bet you didn't know that.
And the wheels go back like 3 times. It's so weird.
What? They count? So like if
they count,
so
yeah.
they move twice and somebody's like, you don't get paid?
No. It has to roll 3 times.
That's interesting. Is it always like after you get to like manage your schedule, does that change or not?
Change what?
Like once you start choosing your schedule, does the whole wheels off thing change or no?
No, that's like
That's permanent?
permanent for the airline.
Okay. So if you're waiting for the flight a few hours, do you get paid? Like, you know, if you go to the airport.
Oh, and then it got delayed.
Yeah.
We don't get paid for that. If we got delayed, we
keep that in mind. You nomad. Is it nomads? Is nomads the ones that don't stay in one place?
I think so.
Vale.
No.
Is it nomads?
I think so.
I believe it's nomads. Okay, so keep that in mind.
Wait,
Okay.
Yes, we work for free most of the time. People think being a flight attendant is glorious, beautiful, but it's not.
Yeah, it has its pros.
Yes, it does.
It has
it
its
does.
pros, but it also has its cons.
It is normal.
And so does any job. Like, I love my job, and I can tell you 10 things I hate about it. So, and I don't travel. I don't get to travel to cool places. What about? What is the nicest airport you've been to?
The nicest airport? Ooh.
Or maybe like just the one that you were like, ooh, look at this airport.
I'll say nicest airport. I'll say Nashville.
Yeah.
The Nashville airport. It was
Interesting.
nice.
I've never been to Nashville, but I really do want to go. I saw some waterfall there that we should
And let's see
go.
what
Maybe
else.
February.
Indiana too. Oh my god.
Indiana.
Indiana.
I would have never expected that. Tennessee, that's where Nashville is, right?
Yeah.
Tennessee doesn't surprise me, but Indiana does. Is there a place that you've traveled to that you, if you had the choice, you wouldn't go again?
Yes.
He didn't hesitate in that way.
Philadelphia.
Oh yeah?
Philly, yeah.
What about it specifically? It's just not
Yes.
your vibe?
I've been there so much. They
Oh.
send me there all the time that I don't know what else I can do there. If you guys got recommendations, just let me know.
Oh, yeah. Comment down below the Philadelphia people or people that have been to Philadelphia. Things to do by the airport. What else? Oh, something else you told me when you first started working there that was interesting to me. You know how, I don't know, if you work at a regular job, you have like the same set of people that you work with. As a flight attendant, you don't really get that, right? You work with random people every flight.
So basically every flight you work with a different crew, yes, different people. You meet different people from.
So you better be a people person. I mean, you should have known that because you're literally tending to everybody in the plane. But now you're gonna have to interact with people on every flight work-wise that you don't know. And it's a lot more challenging than it seems, which I think adds to the whole mental exhaustion. Because you're not only meeting a bunch of new people in the places you go, you're working with different people. And listen, as someone that's had various jobs, you don't always love your coworkers, okay?
Not all the time.
What about what is it called? The captains. Have you like, do you interact a lot with the captains?
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, every flight you have to interact with them. They're cool. They're nice.
Yeah.
They're not like flight attendants. They're separate from.
Is it random too, where they get a random plane every time, or you don't know?
Yes, we got different pilots.
So it's not
different
like
planes.
this guy flies, like this is this guy's plane.
No, every day's different.
Yo, I commend them because I don't know, you get used to your car, right? Imagine when you drive your friend's car and it feels weird.
Yeah, of course.
It doesn't feel right. At least when I'm parking, I'm like, ooh, am I gonna hit the car next? Imagine a plane. It's so talent that I do not have. Damn. How does? Oh well, I guess for luggage you just take your hand luggage, right?
So we have. Let me see. Airlines, they have different rules about luggages. It has to be all black. It has to fit a measurement. It cannot have logos.
So they don't provide you like a
They
work luggage?
After like you finish training, they do. You can buy your own luggage
But it probably
through
sucks.
their website. No,
Oh, okay,
it's
okay.
actually good. Their luggage
Is it expensive?
It's expensive, but they take
Yo,
it off your
give
paycheck.
your workers a discount. They take it off your paycheck?
Like little by little. It's
Yeah,
not like
okay.
a $20. It's not a lot.
Gotcha. So like okay. I won't give you as much edge for it, okay? What about TSA? How does TSA work for? And you don't have to give too much details about that one because obviously. How about this? How would you compare TSA when you go as a military person versus when you go as a flight attendant?
So in the military, I go to pre-TSA, pre-check,
Yeah.
which is quicker. They don't check that much. They don't check your luggage. And for flight attendants, you don't go to really TSA pre-check. You go to something KCM, they call it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And then you go to another section of the airport.
So, but they still pass the little scanner thing, right? Because I've seen them in...
Oh, it depends if you get like random. They call it random.
Okay. So it's like people that randomly get patted down.
Yeah, like
But you guys are randomly tracked.
Like they randomly select your flight attendants once you scan your little badge thing.
Have you ever had like a weird experience? Like me and Vale, I think it was when we went to California. I might be wrong. It might have been Colorado. But we were waiting for our plane in the airport and the alarm just started going off. And that wasn't even the scary part, okay? The scary part, this was in the Orlando airport, but we were going to California or Colorado. It wasn't the scary part that the alarm went off because, you know, it kind of sounded like a fire alarm. It was the fact that one of the workers started running for his life, okay? He was like, oh, I'm out. I've seen this before. It's out. And literally up to that point, everybody was calm. The minute this man started storming, everybody's like, oh, fuck. We gotta get out of here. Have you ever had something happen? Thankfully, nothing happened. And it was a girl that, you know the door after the plane leaves, you're not supposed to open it?
Oh, they set
She
the
left
alarm.
her phone.
Oh.
She left her phone, not realizing that she couldn't open that door, and she pushed it open, so the alarm went off.
Oh, okay.
Yo, a swarm of what do they call it? The TSA guys?
Yeah.
Swarm of TSA guys just attacked. She had to be like 15 years old. They're just like, what were you doing? This poor girl. But hey, you never know.
Yeah,
you never know. But have you ever had something like that happen? Or just somebody with like, weird vibes?
Not yet. No.
Okay, good. We're gonna keep it that way. We're manifesting good energies for Juan.
Well, let me see. In one of my flights in Miami, there was this drunk lady.
Always in Miami.
Always Miami. There was this loud lady waiting at the terminal, at the gate. She was cursing. She was like, I don't know, making a show, being dramatic.
Like taking out her anger on you guys for no reason?
No, she was just cursing by herself. I don't know, talking loud, being obnoxious.
Did she have AirPods and nobody could see it?
No. She was drunk. You can literally see her holding the drink.
Can you deny someone from getting on a plane for being intoxicated?
Yes. So in that instance, we, the flight attendants, were there waiting for the plane, and the pilots, the captain and the first officer was there, and the captain said she's not boarding.
The captain said absolutely not.
And
Goodbye.
And then the lead, what we call it, the one that's in charge of the crew, said she's not flying with us. I'm not.
How does the lead work? Is it by seniority?
Well, the more seniority you have, the more power you have. So if you don't want to be lead, you can give it off to someone else.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, to the juniors, like me. Like if a senior doesn't want to be
the lead of the crew,
I have to be lead, but I have to be off probation, and I'm already off probation.
What's probation? Oh, like the first 3 months?
No. Oh, okay. For a regular job, it's 3 months. For us, it's 6 months. In probation.
Fair, because you're not technically working like 40 hours a week, right?
No, not really.
So they kind of double that. This is all good information.
and then let me see. One time, I had to kick someone off the plane.
What did they do?
Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Jersey, what's going on?
I remember because I was lead, and I had to kick her out.
One said, out big.
No, because she was being disrespectful and disrupting to the other flight attendant, and she didn't feel comfortable. So she came up to me, and the passenger, she was literally drunk.
When that happened, do you think that you might not know this? Do you think that cover their new flight? I'll beep that out.
So that person got kicked out, so they got rebooked for the next flight.
Oh, okay.
Which was a couple hours later. You have to wait.
Hey, once you have to wait in the airport like 4 hours or something, you're gonna behave, okay? You just want to get home.
And then she was complaining about, my dad died. I was going to a funeral, but to be honest, you hear that story all the time. I don't want to be mean, but you hear sad stories all the time from passengers. So sometimes
you don't know what to believe.
She was drunk also, so I'm like, you don't know what to believe.
Juan told me something that people will like get sick or get whatever, right? And to get free stuff, which makes complete sense because I can't say I wouldn't do it, but that's crazy.
I don't want to be mean, but passengers are disrespectful.
Delicate.
They're mean.
They definitely think that you're there to meet their needs, but not necessarily what your job description requires.
Yes, we're not their servants, okay? No. We're here to help you.
Ooh, have you ever had to take someone's luggage out? Like, how'd you sneak this in here? Like, it's too big?
Yes, we had, because I'm like, this is not a carry-on. Like, what happened to the gate agent?
The guy was like, dang it.
Because I didn't even fit in the overhead compartment.
And it costs more when you do it on the plane, right?
It was like
significantly
$99, more. And then I'm like, that's your fault.
Think about that before you try to sneak stuff on. Oh, have you seen creative ways people sneak stuff on? Like I've seen on TikTok. Hear me out. I thought it was genius, okay? This girl just put on a bunch of layers of clothes. Like, just like 6 different shirts. I mean, obviously, she was one of the girls that wears like baggy clothes.
Yeah.
But she wore like 6 layers of shirts and then like 2 jackets. And then she had like her carry-on. I was like, I never thought about that.
People do that. No, and then I saw someone have like a pillowcase full of clothes, thinking that's a pillow. We cannot do nothing about it, but we know that's not a pillow. Come on.
One said I saw it on TikTok. Yo, but you can't do anything about it?
No, because I'm like...
So you're allowed to bring a pillow?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're allowed to bring your pillow.
Well, yeah, because you're holding it. You don't have to put it on the floor, right?
Yeah, plus we cannot tell them like, hey, open the pillowcase.
Yeah. Dang. So pillowcase, vale. Write that down. Just kidding. I'm lazy as hell. I take one big luggage and send it in the plane. I prefer not to. Depends how many days I'm traveling. Ooh, have you ever had some super... Have you ever... How do I word this? How does like first class work? Like, do you give them free stuff?
First class. So most people already know which airline I work for. I don't know.
Yeah.
So the airline I work for, we don't have first class.
Oh, okay.
No. We don't have first.
It's okay. I've been in some nice airlines and I see the first class seats. I'm like, it's not that different from mine. There's some that drastic change. Like, wow, I should have spent the extra money. But most of them, it's not really that big of a change. But I think that they give you...
It's a service.
It's the service that they give you. And if you have one of those really long flights, you probably want it to have the leg space and the comfy seat. Okay? Exactly. That's all it comes down to. Yeah. We've traveled a lot, so I feel like a lot of it in my head sounds redundant, but people that don't travel isn't. But we are running out of time, so I'm gonna start wrapping it up. Let me see, what's the last few questions I wanna ask? Ooh, service dogs. Do you think, and this is another thing I've learned on TikTok, I'm a TikTok addict, as most of us are. I've seen, you know how people now can go online and get a certificate to name their dog a service dog?
Yes.
Can you obviously tell when it's not a service dog?
You can obviously tell if you're not a service dog. I'm like, this is not a service dog,
but you can't do anything about it.
You cannot tell them that it's not a service dog.
You can't legally
if they have the thing that's a service dog. But you can, service dogs, they can go in for free.
Okay.
And if it's a small service dog, you can have them on your lap. I didn't know that. I just learned that a couple weeks ago.
So if it's not a small service dog, what do you have to put?
So you have to put it underneath the seat in front of you in a dog bag or a cat bag, or where you
Are there cat service dogs? I mean,
I've never seen cat
service
animals.
I'm sure there exists.
I bet, but I haven't seen them.
I'm sure it's one of the fake ones. You know?
I haven't seen them.
I always know if it's fake or not because service dogs don't.
They don't bark.
They don't bark, and they're not like.
Yeah, they're not.
You know what I mean? They're not trying to play with you. They're there to do their job.
Exactly.
That's my dead giveaway when it's not a service dog. But I did think it was interesting. Do you see a lot of animals?
I see a lot of And yeah.
Is it only dogs?
No, I've seen cats, dogs, and a rabbit. I've seen a rabbit before.
A rabbit. Did they have it in the little space suit bug bag?
No.
Oh,
they had the cat. They had the
about?
cat in the little space suit thingy.
I love it.
Like
my brother-in-law has one of those space bug bags, and the cat is so cute. Now they have two, so I don't know if they.
That's weird.
I don't know how they do it. Maybe each one of them has a bug bag, and then they each carry a cat. I haven't seen them. I will ask them, but I'll put a picture of what it looks like because it's so cute. I definitely want a dog, but I've held because I want to travel, and although I know I can cheat the system or I can pay to bring him with me, I feel like traveling with an animal must be a lot. Have you ever had an animal like pee or poop on a plane?
No.
Okay, good.
No. There was a dog barking towards the end of the flight. I'm like, oh my god, land already.
Ooh, did you get a lot of babies crying?
All the time because it's Orlando, Disney World.
Are you immune to it now?
It's so annoying, but yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah, you're just, yeah. Oh, another baby crying. What about, have you ever had someone get irrationally angry?
All the time.
Like on the plane, like you're already in the, or somebody that you're like, sit down, and they wouldn't sit down.
Every day. When you
People do better.
People, they're not smart.
Okay.
And then they're not smart finding their seats. I'm like, oh my god, you cannot read. What number is this?
Ooh, have you ever had someone sit in the wrong person's seat?
Everybody does that. They wanna sit.
But do they easily move or do people fight you? I've never fought it. If I sat in the wrong seat, I sat.
They do fight well.
They fight
passengers, but when a flight attendant comes, I'm like, can I see your boarding pass?
They're like, ooh, I gotta go.
Sometimes they give me the boarding pass, or sometimes they just get up and move. I'm like,
do you let people? So I've been in empty planes where the flight attendant will be like, hey, do you want to move up or you want to move down because it's empty?
Oh yeah, we do that all the time.
Okay.
And then if you like heavy set or tall, we move them to the front, to the big front seats more.
Do you guys have the extra seatbelt?
Seatbelt extension? Yeah, we do.
Okay. My family is heavy set. I'm heavy set. I'm not as heavy set as them, but you know, my family does need the extra.
No,
we buy the 2 seats.
Okay.
So, and just so you know, another reason to be healthy and weight loss, because you don't get like a fee for an extension. You have to buy the 2 seats. Did you know that?
Oh, if you were heavy, yeah.
You have to. And if you don't, the person next to you is gonna want to murder you. And I know that a lot of the times it comes to money, so I'm not trying to like bag on anyone, but just something to keep in mind. Dang, such little things that you don't think about. Ooh, was learning the thing in the middle easy?
Oh, those safety
demo. The thing.
Yes. Yeah, you do those safety demo.
It was easy to learn?
No, it was easy to learn. Okay. You also, have to use your flight attendant voice,
Show me your flight attendant voice. When people call me at work, hi. Wait. Hello, my name is Krystal. How can I help you today? That is not how I talk on the day-to-day basis.
No, it's horrible.
It is horrible.
You have to pretend like, welcome aboard. This is flight 36, it's a service to San Juan.
Have you made any friends ever on a plane ride?
I have been hit on. Someone invited me to a gay party down in Miami, which I never went. I'm not
He
going.
was being safe because Miami is wild. Okay.
I've been friends with viejitas, old ladies.
Are you allowed to like mingle? Like if you know how in certain professions, if you interact with the patients or the customers, you can get in trouble. Is it like that in flight attendant? Like if I don't know, if you gave your phone number to a person on the plane and they like reported you, would you get in trouble?
I don't know about giving your phone number, but you can mingle with them, talk to them.
Okay.
If you want to give them phone number.
Give your socials, it's safer.
If you want your socials or, put a pen in a napkin, slide it,
That was the weirdest wink. Ignore that. But, our time is up. I am really trying to be consistent about this time. So thank you for coming and doing with this.
No problem.
This with me. It was fun, and I learned a lot about your job that I didn't know. There was a lot that I did know, but most of it I didn't know. And I'm sure that most people that are gonna listen to this didn't know. So things to consider, pros and cons of being a flight attendant. We are definitely gonna do another one because Juan's in the Navy. So we're gonna do another one eventually about what it's like to be in the Navy. He was in Guantanamo, guys. If you don't know what it is, look it up. But yo, that was also over COVID.
Yeah, it was during COVID.
Yo, Juan had a wild life over COVID. Everybody was stuck at home. I mean, technically you were stuck in Cuba. But anyway, thank you for joining us. Leave your comments below. If you have any questions for Juan, comment it down below. I will ask him and let you know. But yeah, bye guys.
Bye.
Woo!